What's going on, guys? This is Ryan Bodgwick, and this is my YouTube channel, Sex with Gods, where I teach men how to be godlike in their sexual conquests. And the title of today's video is going to be How to Be Accountable as a God. You're going to be accountable for your actions, and you're also going to hold other people in your life accountable for their actions. Because after all, this is your life. The only control that you have is the control that you have over yourself and your life. Anybody that comes into your life is a part of your life. You know, you are the being inside and you're seeing through the driver's windows of your own eyes, right? That you're inviting people into your life, and if they're not being held accountable for the actions they have in your life, you let them go. And if you're not being accountable for your actions in your life, then you need to be held accountable for yourself. You need to remind yourself of that. You need to come back to center and say, you know what? I need to be accountable for my actions, right? So, just think about this for a second. When you think about like God, right? Like the creator of the universe, creator of heavens and earth, all that stuff like that. And full disclosure, one of my other educations that I have is in theology. I'm very educated in psychology, psychiatry. I'm also educated in theology as well. And one of the questions that I get coming up all the time with theology study is, if God is all knowing and all powerful, he's the creator of the heavens and earth and blah, blah, stuff like that, and he demands us to be accountable for our actions, who holds God accountable? Who holds God accountable? And the thing is, there's really no answer for that. There is no answer for that. But if you're going to be creating godlike power within yourself, you're going to be holding yourself accountable, right? And maybe God himself holds himself accountable, but we'll never know until we meet him. You know, that's just the way it is. So how do you hold yourself accountable? How do you hold other people accountable in your life? And how do you hold yourself accountable for your actions? Okay? You have to understand that accountability has nothing to do with what you say. It has everything to do with how you act. How you act determines who you are. There's another old saying that says, discover who you, or I don't know, it's like an old psychological question, like, who are you? And someone says, well, I'm a business. Like, no, you're defining what you do. Who are you? And they're like, well, I'm a confident person. Like, no, you're describing qualities. Who are you? You know, it gets really frustrating because the idea of that is, the true answer of this is that you're never going to know who you are. It's because you create who you are every day. You literally create who you are every day. Okay? So, your actions are going to define who you are. It's not so much how you think, it's not so much how you feel, it's not so how much what you say, it's how you behave. That is determining who you are. And they need to be conscious choices. And just like the video that I have on the main video of my channel, how to achieve anything in life using sex, that's a technique that's going to hold you accountable because, like I said in the video, when you come back to center, that's an accountability. That's a self-discipline. That's a responsibility. Because in my other video, when I talked about like the sacrifices, right? And the whole Spider-Man reference, with great power comes great responsibility. It's true. You're going to have a lot of power with this. You're also going to have a lot of responsibility as well, right? So, your actions, your behavior is going to define who you are, right? So how do you hold somebody else accountable? Well, by watching their behaviors. Because you might be attracting women in your life and they're very, very, very interested in you. They want you in their life. But they're going to tell you things that they think that you want to hear, right? And that may sound and feel very attractive, like, ooh, I like that, I like that. But unless they're actually following up with what they say You don't want that in your life. You want somebody who walks the walk after they talk the talk, or they walk the walk and they talk the talk, right? So they're talking a big game, but then they also follow it up with, yeah, you know what? That's what I want in my life. And that's exactly what you want in your life. You do the same thing as well. If you talk a big game, you better, better put in the behavior to match what you say. If not, don't talk a game. Don't talk like something that you have nothing and no knowledge about, right? Because it's going to make you look like a fool. Just like in Psalms, only the fool thinks he knows everything there is to know. The wise man is the one who truly learns on a continuous basis. You're always learning. You're always developing yourself. You're always finding yourself. You're always creating yourself. You are constantly creating yourself. You're creating your world. You're creating your environment. You're creating your atmosphere. You're creating the people that you invite into your life by creating those relationships. You're creating the business that you start. You're creating the promotion. You've created the job that you're in. You've created the money that you earn. These are all creations as godlike power. And if you want to really advance that, again, like I said, use the technique in my video, the main video on my channel. I know it's a little charismatic. That's not normally who I am, but I wanted to get your attention. I wanted to get your attention by showing you and kind of shocking your nervous system a little bit. Like I'm this guy, I'm this alpha man. Like, I'm not really like that in real life. I'm more just calm and chill and relax. But I wanted to get your attention, right? So go back and watch that video. You might have a good laugh. You might see it like man, this guy's really on edge. I just wanted to do that because I wanted to get your attention, and like Tony Robbins does that as well. He gets into something where he shocks your nervous system to get your attention, and then he gets in with his lessons, and that's exactly what I wanted to do with this. But anyway, accountability. You want to be accountable for your actions by what you do, how you act, your behaviors, the things that you create in your life. You take full responsibility for everything that you have in your life, including the things that you're complaining about. If you don't like the things in your life that you're complaining about, are you just going to sit there and complain about them? Or are you going to fucking do something to make it happen, make it different? Are you going to create something new to take the place of what you're complaining about? Right? And the same thing with other people. If somebody's in your life and they're complaining about something they don't like in their life, what are they doing? What are they doing to create something different in their life? Are they just complaining, or are they sitting there saying, well, yeah, I'm going to make this happen in my life. I'm going to do this. I'm going to like, okay, really? Where's the action? What are you doing to make it happen? Now, you're not going to physically say this to somebody. The way you hold somebody accountable as a God, you do not call somebody out. You do not call somebody out on their behaviors. That's not godlike behavior. You silently motivate them. You silently, with your power that exudes from you, you silently motivate them to take action. You silently motivate them by them following your example, right? So if you're going off and there's something in your life that you don't like, and you declare it like, I'm not making enough money at my job, so I'm going to work for a promotion, right? And then you use that sexual energy that I talked about in my first video, and you use that to work towards your goal of getting a promotion. The people in your life are going to see, man, you know what? This guy really is doing what he said that he's doing. He's really going after his goal. He's really going after this. Maybe I need to focus on myself. Like, does this guy really want me in his life? Does, am I the right woman for him? And am I willing to put in the work because I'm inspired by what he's doing in his life, and I'm inspired by how he is going after his goals. And if I'm just sitting back and I'm being lazy and not going after my goals, how long is it going to be before he dumps me? How long is it going to be before he gets rid of me? Maybe I need to step up my game. And that's how you silently hold somebody accountable. You don't call them out. You say, hey, you said you were going to do this. When are you going to do it? Because guess what? That's when you lose your fucking power. Not the power over another person. That's when you lose your power over yourself. Because the fact that now you're focused on somebody else, you're focused on somebody externally, outwardly, and you lost the power of the goal that you set in your own mind. Instead, what you want to do as a God, and God Himself does not interfere in our lives, He silently motivates us. That's what you're going to do with the people in your life. You're going to silently motivate them by your actions, by your behaviors, right? So, I know this video was short, and I hope that it was helpful. If there's something in your life that you're looking for and you want some kind of coaching, definitely reach out to me. I'm very confident that I can help you with anything in your life, whether it be getting back together with an ex, or improving your marriage, and maybe getting a promotion at work, or starting a new business, or buying a home, or financing a new car, getting the right deal on a car, or whatever you want. Reach out to me. I'm going to leave the email to contact me in the description of this video. If you want me to do a video on your story, you want me to unpack your story, also use the email address in the link of the description of this video. I will unpack your video. If you don't want me to do it publicly, let me know in the email. I will not do it publicly. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of an extra charge not to do it publicly, because the fact that I'm using your story in my videos to help grow my channel as well. So your contribution is going to help me uh, grow my channel, and at the same time, it's going to help you get a whole different outlook on any issues that you're dealing with in your life that you want to improve. Right? So that's why it would be cheaper to do a public video on my channel. But if you want me to do a private video, it would be, a little bit more costly for you, because the fact that it's just privately between me and you, and it's not really benefiting me. It is benefiting you, but it's not like a mutual thing. I like to do like a mutual respect. But I have no problem doing a private video for you. Um, that's why private coaching would be more expensive than doing a public video, because it's private, it's one-on-one. It's not really a mutual thing um, where we're doing a public video. Because first of all, there might be very sensitive issues in coaching that are happening with you, and I don't want to put those out there publicly anyway. I don't want to put out there publicly, maybe you might be dealing with erectile dysfunction. That's something that we do not want to put out there publicly. Maybe you might be dealing something with, like, you have an addiction, right? Don't want to put that out there publicly. Maybe if you're doing something, you're dealing with something like that you're struggling with bisexuality, because I know a lot of men have that in them, and they find other men attractive just as much as women, right? I'm not going to put that out publicly. And dude, don't be ashamed of that. Don't be ashamed of that, right? There's no shame in being bisexual. There's no shame in addictions. There's no shame in erectile dysfunction. There's no shame in any of this stuff, right? But I can promise you that when you get access to this powerful technique that I used on the main video of my channel, this will build a lot of confidence in you, right? Like, for instance, erectile dysfunction or addictions, um, sexual choices, all this stuff, right? They all have a common theme in them, and the main proponent is stress. Stress is what creates either motivation or lack of motivation, creates inspiration to do great things or creates distraction to cause destruction in your life, right? It's all about stress. And stress can either be a good thing or it can be a bad thing based on how you look at it. And that's what my coaching does, right? Because everything is about perception, right? If you perceive stress as bad, stress will be bad and it will create destruction. If you perceive stress as good and necessary for motivation and for inspiration, then it's good and it will create amazing results in your life, right? And if you look at things as a victim mentality, then that's a negative stress. If you look at things on two sides of the coin where everything in life is about nature and nature's about balance, well, you got this victim mentality and you also got a lesson that you learn from this as well. There's twofold because there's always something just as good as something that you perceive as just as bad. My job is to help you find that good out of the bad. That's what I do for coaching. So if you're interested in coaching, please make sure that you write me an email with the email address that I put in the link in my description of this video. And if you want me to unpack a video, again, like I said, write me and I will unpack a video publicly. If you want me to do it publicly, you want me to do it privately, I can do that as well. Not a problem. So if there's anything else that you guys need, be sure to write comments in the comment section of this video. I don't go over scripts. I don't create scripts. I just go based off of things that I've done in my life, and I just go off. And that's why like these videos seem like they're like not prepared as much as they should be. It's because I want to do this in a way where like I'm talking to you like as a friend. You know, it's like two guys sitting down talking, and we're just going over shit. You know, and we're just connecting. We're communicating, and I'm teaching you. I'm motivating you. I'm inspiring you how to be a better man. You know, so that's my idea that I want with these videos. But then again, if you want any type of coaching, you want to do any type of a video for me unpack, write me in the email address in the description of this video, and I will certainly work with you on that. My name is Ryan Bodgwick, and this is my channel, Sex with Gods, where I teach men to be godlike in their sexual conquests. And I look forward to talking to you in the afterlife.